Hey, everybody. Today, we're going to do something super practical, which we haven't done in a while, which is I'm going to give you something to do, homework for you, in order to get your website and your business to be ranking higher in Google. I spend a lot of time talking about things like lead magnets and marketing funnels and all of the fun things like your new patient experience that you can do to grow your practice. There are some very practical things you can do and some things that are free that I think absolutely everyone should be doing. And one of those things is to optimize your Google business profile. This is something that is given to you free by Google. And it's how people who are what we call hot leads, people who are ready for a dentist or ready for an orthodontist right now, find you. They sit down on their computer, they go to Google, and they type in something like dentist near me or emergency dentist or tooth pain or braces or whatever it is that they're searching for, and they see what results come up. And there are many, many ways that Google decides how you show up in the rankings. So where you land on that page, whether you're in the paid ads part, clearly you are paying for ads if you're in the top paid ads. Then there's the map pack, which is the people that show up, those top 3 people that show up on the map. And a huge part of that is your Google business profile. So I'm going to share my screen with you and walk you through some of the key parts of the Google business profile so that either you can do this if you're a do-it-yourselfer, or you can have whoever it is that's in charge of your Google business profile make sure that these things are done for you, because this is free. And if you do it well, then you are more likely to show up in that map pack. And it also helps you show up organically on Google higher. In a perfect world, you would show up for your keywords, the ones that you really want to rank for, in the organic section of Google in position 1 or 2 for every single one of your keywords. And yes, you will have to pay someone something to help you get there if you really want to be in one of those number 1 or 2 spots. But even to just get higher than you are right now, there are some super simple things that someone can do or that you can do to make sure you show up higher on Google. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. So you can see my screen in front of you, and I've just pulled up Impact Orthodontics, which is my practice in Calgary. Now, we have simply recently added this Southeast to the end of it and another one called Impact Orthodontics Southwest because we opened a second location. So I'm actually actively working on our Google business profiles right now because I've got to update things all across the internet because we had to change the name so that we can have the same name but in 2 different locations. So you'll see, you can see here on the upper left, this is because I am logged in. I manage my Google business profile. So it shows me here all the places I can make changes. But there's a few things that you can do easily that you should do right away. So you want to make sure, of course, that your name is showing up exactly as your name should show up. You want to see how your address is showing up. So how is your address formatted in this address bar? Because you're going to want to make sure that everywhere on the internet that you have your address, it shows up in this exact same format. It's called citation. And so when you have different citations across the internet, so maybe on Facebook and on Yelp and maybe WebMD, like maybe other business places on the web, your address should look exactly the same as it does in your Google business profile in every single one of those locations, including your website. That's what I'm actively going in and changing right now for mine, because we've formatted our address several different ways over the years. And so it shows up many different ways at different directories. And that confuses Google because Google is not smart like a person. Google only knows if things are an exact match. And so the name of your practice should be an exact match for here on your website. So if one of them is wrong, you've got to change it. Your address should be an exact match. And then you need to make sure that everything down below is filled in. Make sure your hours are complete. Make sure your phone number is correct. There's an area to edit your business information. So down here, we have a description that we have, and you want to make sure some keywords are in there. Make sure there are photos attached. You should have at least 20 or 30 photos of your practice or of things related to your practice in your Google business profile. Ideally, they're also geotagged, so it's also marked to your location. And if you don't know how to do that, you can Google that or have someone do that for you. This is important because this acts as the foundation of how Google knows who you are and where you are. So the best place to start is to make sure the name, the address, and then all the details that you could possibly have in here are accurate and correct and match everything that you have everywhere else on the internet that you know you have an existence. And if they don't match, start making them match. So go through and update any of those profiles so that you end up with a matching address, a matching name, a matching phone number for every single one of those locations. That on its own will help you to get more likely to be in the map pack on Google when you're searched. If you can add 20 to 30 photos that are geotagged for your location as well of your practice, that will help even more. Stay tuned every week. I'm going to try over the next little bit to slowly go through and help you with a little bit of your SEO or search engine optimization. That's what this is all about, to get you to rank higher in Google, which is the way to get more patients to actually land on your website, find you, and come and see you instead of just through things like paid ads. So this is an excellent way to get more visibility. The more people that find you and land on your website, and then of course we'll have to work on that website to make sure that it's highly converting once they get there. But each of these steps have to be in place so that you can be found. So your homework is find your Google business profile. Okay. Make sure it's accurate. And if you don't want to be the one to update it, then figure out who that's going to be and get them to update it for you. Awesome. I'll see you next week.